Hi there, welcome to Dish with Trish and welcome to my kitchen. Today I have a great soup recipe that I want to show you, and your kids are going to love this potato soup. It's one of those recipes that's like term keep it simple stupid thing. Really simple, it's really basic, doesn't have a lot of ingredients in it, but it's very filling. There's no MSG in it, there's no processed foods going on here, so it's much better than just opening up a can of soup and feeding your kid or yourself. And as you know, probably, soup has a lot of salt in it, and it's not unrefined sea salt either, by the way. What I'm going to show you is how to make this potato soup that's really, really good. The items we're going to be using for this potato soup are real simple. 4 cups of potatoes that I've diced here, 2 cups for a total of 6 cups of potatoes. You want to try to keep them the same size so that they cook evenly. We're going to be using 1 onion, and I have part of that already sliced. You want to dice it up real small because we're going to be sauteing that, and some butter, celery flakes, some parsley to give it some flavor, some salt of course, and pepper if you'd like. Many things you can use to flavor the soup. You can use a turkey bacon if you're watching your calories and watching your weight. You can use ham for this recipe, which I have. I've got like maybe 2 tablespoons of it. Decide what you'd like to use, if you're going to use real bacon or turkey bacon or some ham, and then maybe not even keep most of it in there, just kind of throw it out if you need to, if you don't want to eat it. We're also going to be using some water and gluten-free cornstarch. That's what's going to thicken up our potato soup. We also have some sharp cheddar cheese here. If you're not watching your calories, you could also throw that in. That's really good stuff. We'll also be using some rice milk for this recipe. Now, if you'd like, you can go ahead and use cow's milk. And if you'd like to keep this recipe vegan, or if you'd like to keep it non-dairy, then skip the cheese, skip the meat, and then just use some rice milk to thicken up your potato soup. Your soup might be a little bit plainer, but it will be vegan, and you'll be good to go. You can add in a lot of different vegetables if you would like. I tend to keep it plain so that kids will eat this. It's still basically pretty healthy. So let's get started. In goes our olive oil. We'll turn our burner on low. Pop in our onions. It's going. And we're going to cook our onions until they're iridescent. And onions are so good for you. I try to eat these every day. They're from the family, and they have so many antioxidant properties in them that you can't go wrong by trying to eat onions every day. I really, myself, I've not had a flu, any type of flu symptom or anything like that, probably in, I don't know when, years. So give it a try. Have it. On this back burner we have a nice soup pot. We have water in here for our potatoes, and we're going to turn our stove on to a medium heat, and then we'll add in our potatoes, and this is into a cold bath of water. Add those in. If you're going to have your potatoes sitting out very long, you want to have them in water, or they're going to turn brown to black on you, and they're going to be really ugly. And there's our other 2 cups. And of course we're going to have to salt them up. A couple teaspoons of salt going on. Have it. And now we'll just let these cook until they're fork tender. Our onions here, and then we'll go from there. Now that our potatoes are in our soup pot, I'm going to turn our stove heat onto high to get this going. I'm also going to add the pork that I have here in this little container. Seasoning there. Not a lot of it, but it'll be perfect. And our onions are doing well here. We're just going to stir them around a little bit. Mix it up. They're starting to get softened up, and slowly they will become opaque, and then we'll just be popping these right into our potato mixture after it's cooked up, of course. Okay, there we have it. Here we are. Our potatoes are fork tender. I don't know if I mentioned, but when you place your potatoes in the water to cook them, you only want to have the water to come up maybe 2 or 3 inches over them so that they cook quickly. And they are basically pretty much fork tender. We don't want them falling apart, or you're going to have potato mush instead of potato soup. Now we'll drain our potatoes. Okay, here comes the ground pepper. Wonderful. Stir that around a little bit. And I also did, by the way, find some fresh parsley that I want to top mine off with. It looks yummy. Here's our water. And then in goes our cornstarch. Spin it around and get it all mixed up real well. Go to our potato soup and pop it in. Right. There we have it. Now I'll turn my burner on just for a little bit. What you might want to do is mash up a few of these little potatoes so that it'll give you a little bit more of a creamy substance than what we have right now. And just leaving this on our burner for a couple of minutes will also give us that same idea. Or you can just decrease your starch, or if you like it thick, then just leave it the way it is. And the rest. Okay, here we have it. Our soup is thickened up. I think it's a little thicker than I'd like it, so I'm going to add to that 1 cup of milk that I had earlier, another 3/4 cup. To make you're going to need a total of 1 3/4 to how you like your food for your soup. I found that I can get a lot further if I improvise on my recipes, and then I can just make them exactly the way that I like them. Okay, there we have it. Now we're going to give it a try. Now I'll just ladle some soup right out into my soup bowl here. Have it, and then I think I am going to top it off with a little bit of the sharp cheddar cheese. And you can always use any type of cheese you want in this soup. Sharp cheddar works, Colby works, mozzarella works, whatever you like. Have them. You can always add some green onion too. Little onions. Here we go. We have plenty of parsley in there. That looks wonderful, and I'm going to give it a try. Okay, here we have it. Our soup's all ready to go, and it looks really, really good. And I did have to improvise a little bit on the milk. I added an extra 3/4 cup of rice milk because my soup was a little bit thicker than I liked it. It's really good. The flavors of the ham that's in here and the cheddar cheese and the parsley just sets this off perfectly. You can serve potato soup with a sandwich. You can serve it with crackers. You can even serve it with cornbread muffins, blueberry muffins, whatever you'd like. So thank you for watching, and stay warm.
I had a dream. I will trust in you, Lord, let me not be ashamed. You are my light and my salvation, healing rain. You're the